Hey everyone, my name is Alex, and this is where I document my journey and lessons learned on my way to becoming a multimillionaire. And so today I want to harp on two really specific things. First of all, the same thing that I harped on yesterday is that embarrassment only lives inside of you. And so, if you look at the people that you look up most to, that you think I wish I could be like them, usually they're the people who are outgoing, and it doesn't mean that they're not embarrassed of what they're doing. It just means that they are okay with the embarrassment or have gotten so accustomed to it that it's not that embarrassing to them. And you want to be like those people. And so those who you look up to immediately, you should implement what they're doing. Embarrassment lives only inside of you, and those people are usually outgoing. They talk, they like to be involved, and maybe this is just for me, but those are the guys I look up to. The guys that I see really excel are the guys that know how to talk. They know people, they know social skills, and on the outside it looks at least to the people who know me directly, it's I'm a social guy, but I'm not that social. In certain contexts, in certain scenarios, I can be vocal, but I have to have someone who carries the conversation, and then I can throw cool jokes in, and that's my forte. Okay, but the thing is that you want to be the most lively person in the room because you can attract those people to you as opposed to the vice versa. You want an introverted person to like you and join you. You have to be the extroverted person who keeps the conversation going, keeps opening up the avenues for that introverted person to then continue to carry on the conversation that you originally carry on. And to expand upon that is even who cares about you? No one but you. That's the truth of it. Who cares about everyone else? Nobody. And so if you can switch that up and you be the person that cares about other people, ask questions, be interested in their lives, you don't have to hold up the conversation, and you can be the coolest person in the room. There's a handful of tools, and maybe I'll share a couple. It's if you want to really, really let someone just leave a conversation with you glowing, oh, that person is so cool. You don't talk about yourself. Talking about yourself only makes you feel good. It doesn't make them feel good. People feel good talking to people who make them feel good. How do we make them feel good? Let them talk about themselves. Ask them about themselves. Expand upon what they're talking about. It's a really, really good tactical tool that I've learned to use because I am not an introvert, and the only way I can get people to talk about themselves is use this tool. Otherwise, I'm stuck in the corner, quiet, and then, guess what? I'm not a attractive person. I'm just a quiet person, and the conversation gets awkward, and nobody likes an awkward conversation. So you ask them. You can have a handful of really, really typical questions. What do you? And this doesn't dig deep at all. What do you do for work? People ask that to determine what's your status in this world. What do you do for work? Let me immediately profile you, and they're gonna do that regardless. Okay, but you want to get personal. The way you do that, you share a little secret about yourself. Well, I do this now, but I used to do blah 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 blah. Don't tell anybody. Yeah. And then you leave it open. You don't let them ask questions about you because that gives you a save point to go back to later in case the conversation stalls. Then you ask them about their family life, personal questions, and go straight in, go dive in deep. It's hard, and embarrassment only lives inside of you. So if you ask those questions, who cares if they judge you? They're going to answer them, and it's going to ultimately make the relationship better for you. And that's what you want. You want to join in the relationship and create better relationships with people. And so you just let them talk about themselves. And another really, really good tactical tool, and one that I use regularly because I suck at holding conversations, it's called mirroring. There's different levels of it. There's body language, just assume the position they're assuming. That works, but that doesn't keep a conversation going. So mirroring in a conversational tense is, let me repeat to you what you just said, but summarize it in 3 words. So we're having this conversation. Oh yeah, I love football. Aaron Rodgers did so great. Oh, Aaron Rodgers did so great? That doesn't destroy your credibility at all. You've actually added nothing to this conversation, but now you've given them an opportunity to expand upon Aaron Rodgers did so great, and they are going to, because they're too afraid of that awkward pause. They're too afraid of that awkward thing, and guess what? If they don't pick up on that mirroring, you got a save point. You just told them that weird thing about you and made that relationship more personal, and then you'd be like, okay, well, let me tell you about X, Y, Z about myself. And you being private and being vulnerable shows them that they can also be vulnerable. And if we expand upon that, and if you're in a leadership position, the way that you connect to people and get people to work for you better is to connect with them on a personal level. And so the next point here is to praise in public and punish in private. And this is so foundational, but nobody does it. The best leaders are the ones that tell you you're doing an amazing job and then pull you aside and say, hey, you could have done this better. That's that praise in public, punish in private. You tell them, everything, 90% of what you're doing is amazing. But that one thing that you want them to focus on, that they really, would really actually multiply them as whatever they are, is that thing that you give them that... There's a thing called the compliment sandwich. It's wow, you did this so great. If you could have done this better, that would have been better. But man, you did so great. Compliment sandwich. They only feel the positive, but then they can, and because they only feel the positive, they can actually feel internally okay, they're so positive. This person enjoys me and loves me. Let me do better to help help their cause, and actually take that piece of critique and move forward with it, which is let's move even wider, and it's leaders are multipliers. If you're a leader, the way that you get even higher is by bringing the people up beneath you is up. You want to train your replacement, and that seems counterintuitive, because then it means you're replaceable. But guess what? You already are. The thing is, though, is that when you train the people beneath you to replace you, well, first of all, your job suddenly gets easier because they can take on the load that you're already bearing. But second of all, the metrics that any good business is tracking to decide whether you're doing a good job or not go up, because they're taking the next level of stuff and they're continuing to push forward the initiatives that you're already setting in front of them. Takes stuff off your hand, makes your team better, makes those beneath you better. If you had, from the software development spectrum, You want to take your junior developers, you want to make them senior developers. If you had a team of only senior developers, oh my goodness gracious, how good would your team be? If you had a team of nothing but team leads, oh my goodness gracious, how good would your team be? But it never gets to that point because everybody gets a step above because they brought everyone up beneath them. And so, as a leader, that's your goal. Your goal is to bring everyone beneath you to replace you. And in business, if you want a sellable business, you need to replace yourself with managers, workers, whatever it is. Because if you can't pass the 30-day hands-off test, your business isn't really that sellable. If you can't go on vacation and not text or send anything about your business for 30 days, your business isn't that sellable. The way you make your business sellable, marketable to investors is like the people who have money don't want to run your business. They don't want to do what you're doing. They already have the money to buy your business, so they don't want to add more to their plate. They want to add an asset. How do you make your business an asset? Make it so that you can pass the 30-day challenge, aka leave for 30 days and your business runs without you. It makes money without you. And you get mailbox money. So, we are far over time. And just to harp on one last topic, it's like, it is 11 at night. And I'm going to post this in the morning. And so if you need to make that daily content, do it when it's convenient for you. You don't have to do it at the same time every day. That's good for habitual, but like if you need to make something the night before and post it in the morning, I'm going to post this tonight because I think I'm going to also do it in the morning. Because I think I'm getting better at this and better at monologuing and talking to myself because that's who I'm looking at. I've already hit 12 minutes and 30 seconds and it's probably boring. Let's hope it's not boring. You tell me if you made it to 12 minutes and 30 seconds. Comment. Let me know if I'm garbage or if this is like actually valuable because I want to make this better. The point of this is to post content every day for 365 days a year, but I'm like in day 10, and this has become so easy to me already. I can just talk about things that like are going on in my life and that like I can share to hopefully not let you feel the punishment that I felt because of X, Y, and Z. And I can like when I started. And to be fair, before I took on this 365-day challenge, I had made YouTube videos before, and I'd like spend days agonizing over like exactly what I'm going to say in the script. But this organic content does two things. It makes me more vulnerable and more like humanized to you. So you want to watch it more because I am more humanized. Like I don't need to make a super cool story like what Mr. Beast does, because that's not my audience, man. I'm not trying to appeal, like I'm not trying to mesmerize you. I'm trying to help you in your life. And if you don't like that, don't subscribe. Get the fuck out of here. Don't watch again. Thanks, but no thanks. I only want people who like actually like the shit that I make, and that's what I'm doing here. Making stuff that affects me, but I know that I can give to you and provide value. And no matter what stage you are at, you can always provide value to someone. And so it's finding those people that you can provide value to help, because you're a good leader, because you praise in public and punish in private, and you multiply and you bring people up from the bottom with you. Okay? You are the rising tide, and everybody that touches you or comes with you should also rise. Okay? And And how do you do that? Go back to the basics. Realize embarrassment lives only with you. It sucks to suck. Be okay with sucking until you get better. And that those who you do look up to, although they have their own personal struggles, if you can immediately implement something that they're doing, something that can help you in your life, it's only going to help you. And if you try it and it sucks, first of all, it's okay to suck because you get better. But second of all, if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. Because you know what? You took the formula that somebody else was taking and tried to take a couple variables and put it in your life to see if you can, gain whatever you're missing, whatever you look up to. And you'll eventually either find who you are or find what does make you successful, what does help, because that's all it is. It's the actions you take, it's who you are, and you can be who you are as long as you take the right actions. It doesn't matter. As long as you do the right things and have any form of progress, eventually you'll get there. And so I am like way over 16 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to cut myself off here, and I'm going to say thank you for coming to the end with me, and I will see you in the morning. I'm like appreciative of the 8 people who view my videos. You're awesome. I love you, and let's get better together, guys. Like, there's no reason for us not to. I'll see you in the morning. Good night.